Oh, hang on. There you go. It's every time. It doesn't.
So sad. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. How's everybody doing today?
Everybody's doing good. Do you move it?
No.
Now we're shaking. What's from Virginia?
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, so that looks way too bright back there.
Everything is shut up.
I know, that's what's weird.
I think. No, it's not that.
Oh, that's strange.
What's up, Gargif? Hello, hello. Okay. Good morning, guys.
That's way better.
Welcome to the show.
That's strange. What do you know? Don't know nothing. Not a thing. Just kind of here. Dean's glowing. I know, that was weird. Yeah. Camera was just doing stupid stuff as usual. What do you expect? You know. How you doing, Fernando? How was your weekend?
Wonderful.
Yeah?
Yes.
You had a good weekend?
Yes.
I mean, it had to be great. I wasn't here, so that makes things better, right?
Yes, correct.
Well, welcome to the show, guys. It's Monday night, so we're going to do some Monday night things, such as we're going to head over to 12 Clean Wire Club, take a look at how or what or who was the cool special thing there. We've also got the build off 12 artwork done. So we'll talk about that, what's coming up with that. We'll talk about the holidays a little bit. Yeah, I hope the compressor's off. Yeah, good call. I know, right? And then we'll answer your questions as always. So make sure you get those questions in at any point in time. Early is always good. So if you have some questions, start typing away. But of course, if you want to just check in and say hi, please do. It's always fun. Hi from Ohio. I guess Michigan beat them this year, which is good. But upgrade your iCamera. I wish it was an iCamera. That would be way cheaper. But no, it's not. What's up from Cincinnati? There you go. Got earplugs. Good one. Amplifiers or girls?
Amplifiers.
Girls.
Really?
Yeah, amplifiers are easy. Girls are way harder. I'll take the girls. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying.
I take the amplifiers because they never complain.
This is true. Hello from Cicada headquarters. What is up, Mr. Marty Dean in the house?
Hey, Mr. Lara.
Buenos tardes, muchachos. What's up, Bobby?
What's up?
I was going to say, I think we just need to shut him off. He's going to annoy me. What's up from... Oh, what's up? What's up from Houston, Texas? My chick got second in Alaska base boxing. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, Danny's checking in. What's the best coffee? I don't know. Hi, Danny.
The one that I make at home.
Is it? Did you start making it at home?
Yeah.
Did you?
I make when I'm home.
Yeah, you don't. Okay. Any new product coming up soon? You know, it's funny that you should ask that question because we didn't. So Friday, amongst one of the other phone calls, as soon as I tell everyone I'm not going to be, I get my phone starts ringing like nonstop. So Amy from C Outlet called me on Friday, and she asked that very same question, and I had to sit down and think very, very hard of things that I could talk about that are going to be released in, let's say, the next 2 months. And the reality is nah, there ain't diddly squat coming out. Like it's so it used to follow the CE out or the CES path. Like come first week in January, CES would happen. Everyone would release all their new products and everything would be great. And then you would see it sometime between, let's say, May and July, stuff would start shipping. Sometimes they would ship early, but usually it was like, look what we're going to have. And then it was like, when is this stuff going to come? Oh, second quarter. You're like, oh, this sucks. And then CES stopped being the thing for 12 volt, and everyone started looking at like, well, maybe SEMA is the thing, or maybe Knowledge Fest is the thing, and so there's that people try. So like Rockford released the Jeep kit, and then there are some guys that are going to release some stuff at Knowledge Fest first week of February. So really, we're not going to like some new stuff manufacturers are sort of talking about next month, but for the most part, nobody has really anything. What's up, Gary? Really anything amazing that's just waiting to happen. You know, like, oh, in 2 weeks we're going to find out some. No, that's not going to happen. It's going to be kind of boring. But we already know about like a Warhorse, and we already know about L7 X15s.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not anything that we can get excited about, right? Because we know it's coming. You know, we the people ask for SPL 5-star subs. The thing is like that's a great idea.
Will you ever make
subwoofer?
If you have the opportunity to make any product other than the IRTA, of course, but like a subwoofer, an amplifier, a set of speakers, a set of tweeters, a box enclosure.
So
what will you make?
Naturally, like an amplifier line would be cool, right?
An amplifier line?
But my problem would be is that it would have to have DSP, right? Because I feel like an amplifier line without DSP just isn't what we're going to do. And then the reality is that the buyable DSP that everyone has, that everybody uses.
So you do a multi-channel.
Well, no, I wouldn't do. So that's what I'm saying is I couldn't do it because unless I was going to create my own DSP software.
That's what I'm saying. You have all the green lights. What would you make?
I'd make a DSP amplifier.
Okay.
But that's the thing though. Who's going to green like that? Because I'm sure as heck not going to pay the $1 million to develop it.
I mean, why not?
Or several $100,000s to develop it. It doesn't make any sense. So, and coming out with a subwoofer, as fun as it would be, it's not our thing. Like, Gately coming out with subwoofers and big amps makes total sense.
Yeah.
Because that's his thing, right? So why would you not put your name on something, or design something or build something or whatever the hell it is you do? Why would you not? I mean, that's his clients. Our clients are expensive bougie ass speakers and DSP amplifiers, which are two of the hardest things for us to make.
Right.
So we kind of painted ourselves into a wall on that one. It's like, so unless, I get a phone call from like Arc Audio tomorrow going, hey man, we want the DNF amplifier lineup and we're going to tack our DSP onto it.
Yeah.
Or Gladen or Moscone or somebody like that calls up and says, hey, we're going to make a special DNF edition. I don't see it happening.
No, I don't see it happening.
I mean, none of that is plausible. Yeah, 9-channel amp, 100%. Oh, I'm down. Like really? You're gonna. I mean, it's not like there's not 9-channel amplifiers now because there's 12-channel amplifiers, right? Yeah. So I mean, if you have a 12-channel amp, you can easily make it a 9-channel amp. It's just the config that makes sense. None of it makes any sense. So
yeah, I would make a subwoofer amplifier.
Just a sub amp.
Just a sub amp.
Just like
1 channel.
1,000 watts?
Yeah, 1,000 watts. 1,000 watts is fine.
But what would be the allure for anyone to buy it?
It's mine.
It's yours?
It's my amplifier.
So we can, because I mean, it'd be easy enough to come out with a 1,000-watt sub amp.
That's what I'm saying. It's something that is actually possible.
So to me, okay. So I think to me, what makes the most sense out of all of it is coming out with something to compete against Rockford's P300.
Okay.
Because, so for example, think of it this way for a minute. If we just had something that was an amplified subwoofer enclosure that just kicked ass and takes names, that would be right up our alley. Because that way I don't have to worry about your 8 or 9-channel, 10-channel DSP amplifier. This is made, today I was selling an Audison 8.1 or 8.9. 9.8, whatever the hell it is. It's got that 1 channel out for the subwoofer.
Yeah.
Nobody makes, I mean, Rockford makes it, but it's not priced right. It's like I'm going to buy a $1,400 and then a little tiny $300 sub. Yeah. And we know it'll work.
Yeah.
But they don't, and they don't necessarily trust that. So I feel like maybe the amplified subwoofer enclosure would be our ticket.
Okay.
Because
I just want a standalone amplifier because I know it can be possible. And 1,000 watts really
I mean,
nice
I could probably make a
amplifier.
phone call and order like 50,000 watt 5-star sub amplifiers tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
something affordable, nothing crazy.
Would it be crazy to use a DSR1 to feed an active three-way front stage using a kicker key to feed mids and tweets and a 5-channel amp for the front mid bass and rear fill and sub, then time align and tune everything else with the DSR1? Yeah, that would be crazy. I mean, if you're just using the kicker key as a amplifier, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this would be a nightmare. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're just using the key as straight power, sure, but no, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. Yes, actually, thank you for bringing that up, Fang. I already have it launched, ready to go. Hey, guys, we do this little channel called the 12-Volt Clean Wire Club. Some of you guys are members. Thank you for doing it. And today we have this guy here, one of our friends over at Techno Express. They do some really cool wiring, and this is no different. Do you know his name?
Ernesto.
Ernesto, thank you. So this is Ernesto. This is one of Sage's. So this is the Chevy amp rack from
Sounds Good Stereo.
Thank you. Yeah, Sounds Good Stereo over there. You can always tell that if you look up here where it says design between the Helix DSP and whatever amplifiers these are.
Mm-hmm.
That's their little piece of plexi that they put in there. But no, hey, this has been brought to you by the fine folks over at metraonline.com that are bringing us Tsunami and T-Spec, two of our favorite blocks to use in our installation. They also have RCAs and PowerWire. And the cool thing is, when you buy one of their PowerWire kits, it comes with the ferrules, it comes with the shrink wrap that say LL, LR, TM, all these fun things.
So just check them out. Go to the website, check them out.
And for those of you guys that are really particular about your speed wire and you always complain that, oh man, I really wish I could have a 16 gauge speed wire, guess what? They have a 16 gauge speed wire.
Yep.
With not just 8 pairs of wires, it's 9 pairs of wire plus a remote. So you can do all kinds of fun stuff with it. Hot damn.
What's up, Brian?
Hey guys. Hello from Brownwood, Texas.
Brownwood, Texas. I would love to live in there.
Brownwood, Texas.
Yeah.
What?
Because it's Brownwood.
You need help.
I know.
Of course I sold my Zen 9. Why would I keep it? What's your experience with Brax speakers? Are they still thought of as being good? Bought a used BMW and these were in the car. Actually, it's funny. Brax is the expensive version of Audio Tech Fisher. So it goes Match, Helix, Brax. And if you've looked at any of the pricing on Brax, it's pretty astronomical. So if you got a set, man, kudos on you. Hopefully they still sound great and they didn't blow them up. But the last Brax system we did, the guy spent like $50,000 on just components. I mean, just the products to build it.
Yeah.
Let alone, we didn't even get to the install yet. So no, and it was probably best sounding car that's ever come out of here, I guess. I mean, if you ask him. So
wait,
what?
It's hammer time.
Hey, my new T-Ties, Bing Tie,
Diaz?
Android radio is killer. It has an optical digital coax out into my Helix DSP. You'll find that a lot of those actually do, which is probably a good thing.
I think, that's
probably a good thing. Yeah. So if you're loving it,
you're using the Helix,
and it's working great for you, freaking awesome, man. Because that's usually not the way those things go.
Somebody say something about.
Somebody said so. Can I get the second prototype amp? Maybe. We got to get the first one.
Yeah, we gotta start the design.
Can you imagine some of the phone calls we get for that? Oh my god, it's just be
about
like if we put out an amplifier. Like I could tell you, one of the first phone calls we'd get from these guys here. Hey guys, have you ever heard of this little brand called Audio Control? I know you have. Hey, they're going to sponsor the next 15 minutes of this show. So thank you to Audio Control for doing that. Speaking of new products, some of the new products coming out from Audio Control that we can talk about, only because we've seen them on this show, is they're going to have new preloaded subwoofer enclosures. Right now, they have preloaded subwoofer enclosures for both the Jeep Wrangler as well as the Gladiator. However, they also have a Bronco box. So they have those 3 boxes.
What's up, Bill?
Bill just got himself a new Wrangler. Gladiator. Got him Gladiator. My bad, because he's going to put the Rockford system in it. Anyways, they're also coming out with some preloaded enclosures that are just going to be like 1.8, 110, 210, stuff like that. So that'll be shipping here shortly, probably right after the first of the year, which would be really nice. And the cool thing about it is they're not coming with like a generic woofer in it that isn't something that is part of the line. They're just building boxes for their current woofers, and it's a real woofer. Like, it's not missing the rubber plate off the back or anything like that. They're just loading it with their existing woofers, which is nice, because a lot of the times what happens is you buy one of these pre-made enclosures and they take all the pretty stuff off of it. So when you break it, it's like, oh wow, that kind of, but nobody breaks anything, so it doesn't really matter. Mike says, hey guys, entered a sound car truck show over the weekend. Found out that the audio side was SPL only, so I didn't take part, but I did win Best Ford and Best of Show.
There you go. So you actually take part of it.
I think I would have taken part in the SPL just to see how it goes. I mean, what's the worst you can do? You're going to lose. Yeah. But congratulations on winning the other stuff. That is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Nice. I feel like I'm forgetting to do something here in the beginning. I don't know why. I mean, I hit record.
Did you say hi?
I said hi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know.
It is.
Very good. You know, Christian should be on top of this, telling me stuff I've forgotten to do.
Look at that.
5-star red amplifier, 1,000 watts, half ohm, stable, size of your hand.
Okay.
No, I'm fine with all that. No, that's actually
no.
Right.
I really want not a bigger amplifier, but a
okay. So we'd have to do 2 then, because I like his idea way better. A red small amplifier. No, we could do a big one just for you. We could do it'd be opposite.
Right.
You'd have the big Fernando, and I'd have the small Dean.
Yeah.
That would be how that went.
I would have a normal
You'd have a normal size,
size amplifier.
All those cool phrases that you guys use for your Class D amplifiers, full bridge, half ohm, fans, everything.
Yeah.
I think we just put a Deutsch connector in the end, just so that you don't have to wire anything up. Just like plug it in, boom. No terminals, just a Deutsch connector. I think that'd be badass. 1,000 watts, boom, done. And then I'd have a little compact red size my hand. Yeah. The D would almost look like an Orion logo, so the Dean, is a Dean on it. It almost look like an Orion logo, but not quite. So that would be cool. What's up? So they could sue me, but they'd have to really fight hard to sue me.
There you go. See?
I don't want 2,500 watts. I know you could do it, but no, 1,000 watts, man.
Yeah, I think 1,000 watts. It's got to be 1,000 right watts there.
Because and really, I want it to be a 750 or an 800 that puts out 1,000 watts. Because I like to call it an 800 that puts out 1,000 watts.
See, I'm the opposite. I want 1,000 that they can put 1,200.
Yeah, see, I want mine to go the otother way. I want mine to be an 800 that puts out 1,000. Yeah. You want it because I want it to be an actual 1,000 watt because I don't want it to get too crazy. No.
I want personally, I would like 1,000 watts.
I mean, I would like
boom 1,200.
I would like a 500 that put out 1,000. Like I think I would name my 1,000 watt amp a 500 because I want to be that like holy Jesus, dude! Have you seen the freaking 5-star Dean? It's 500 watts. It puts out. Yeah, it's 500 watts at 1 ohm, but it'll secretly do half ohm and put out 1,000 watts. That would be so badass.
Yeah,
like that would be the coolest.
Yeah, no, that would be great. All
right, Marty, we should talk because I know you guys can do that.
All right, so 1,000 watts RMS, 4 ohm.
Yes. Yeah.
12.5, 100%, 12.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quarter ohm, 16.5 volts. Yeah, I mean, it'd have to be. I mean, honestly, it'd have to. Mm-hmm. Maybe mine should be a 24-volt amp.
24 volts?
Yeah, because, like, everything's going to 24 volts.
Yeah.
I think it would almost I think the small one would have to be 24 volts. Least favorite car to work on.
Now I'm thinking a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I know. All right, well, as soon as you got, like, we
got to find out.
Yeah, I don't have any money left right now. So, least favorite car to work on, if any.
Least favorite.
Let me ask. Let me. All right. So, guys, in the comments, throw that one out there for me, okay? Because, like, I don't mind working on any car. I mean, they all have their suckies, but what car have you guys worked on that you were like, other than Christian's car? Because Christian cars all suck. But other than that, let me know in the comments, like, what is your like
favorite car?
yeah, what
Okay,
is your
so
hated? No, your worst car. What is the car you
your
hate?
worst.
What is and whether you're a hobbyist or not, everyone has worked on that car. We're like, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have said yes.
Okay,
You
wow.
know what I'm saying? I think that would be cool.
Do you have one?
Do I have one?
Yes.
No.
Really?
No. I mean, there's been plenty of jobs that I've taken that I was like, the car had nothing to do with it. What's up, Elias?
Hey, what's up, my friend? Top 5.
If it is equipped with Bose. Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. Bose isn't that bad anymore.
No, it's not.
I mean, we Ken tells us it's easy to get around, so we have to do what
pretty
Ken
good.
says. Free air, that's nuts.
I like that one. A real woofer, not a chihuahua, pretend to be a child. I love that one.
What was that? Huh. Okay. Okay, so okay. That's a lot of wattage. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
I don't know, whatever, this mic stuff. So, but yeah, no, I think I think we could.
Yeah.
I have the least favorite car, LOL. Least favorite car to work on, no doubt. Maserati G, yeah. I mean, I'm not. Yes, I've worked on those, and Maseratis suck because they're just built so poorly.
Okay.
They're just built poorly. I mean,
82 Renault.
Listen, I had a 86 Renault Encore. Loved it.
Just with the name, it's like 82.
Dude, Renaults were awesome, bro. Any 80s Volvo. Ooh, that's solid. That's solid. Any Volvo, period. But if you want to throw something onto it, I'll take that for sure. Volkswagen and or Audi. Some of the older ones, definitely. Some of the new Audis are actually pretty simple now, which is kind of nice. Even some of the Volkswagens are pretty simple now, because they've gone to that really streamlined German, like pull the side panels up, doors come across easy. But you know what I'm saying. But a lot of them have just sucked.
All right. So
the problem is that once they get old, they're shit, right?
Yeah. So Elias is like Volvo, Sav, and Cadillac.
Those are probably the three. Yeah, those are solid. Like any Cadillacs for sure, especially like those. Anything from 90 till I don't know, anything past 90. Yeah, I'll just go with that. The Cadillacs do not fun. SUVs weren't too bad because all they were was Tahoes.
Mm-hmm.
But like the new Cadillacs, what they're doing with their data system, screw that, man. Or rate it like JL 850 watts, no matter what ohm load, but it's still secretly do 1250. And that was the thing that I liked about the PDX V9s was the constant power. And even Rockford does that too. That's where JL probably took the idea from because Rockford's been doing it longer. But constant power is pretty badass. And I do like that technology. So yes, having constant power in the amplifier to me makes a lot more sense because I want it to do. So I think there's a limit to how low the constant power could be. Like it has to be like 2 ohm. It might be like 1 ohm, 2 ohm constant power, I think is how that plays. And there's actually a slight difference. Like the 1 ohm does get a little bit more power just because, but it's not like a significant, it's not like 200%. So, but it's that's why they always just say it's the same because it's like it's very minimal.
I don't understand this question, James.
16 Dodge Dart install 6.8 JBT section rated. It's not turning on
when probably connected.
So the 2016 Dodge Dart, what interface are you using? Because most manufacturers have discontinued their interfaces for this car, because that car's data bus system is corrupt. So, meaning it just does whack stuff. Like I know we have an install video on a Dodge Dart out there, and as soon as we did the install video, it's like a year after that, they discontinued all the parts to do it.
Yeah.
iData's might work. I think iData's might work in that car now, but most manufacturers don't show that car as compatible with anything. So if you're having problems, check what the interface is probably the problem. SC430. Nah, they're not so bad. BMW. Those kind of suck. Hold on. So Dean is 500 watts and a 5-star Fernando is 1,000 watt surfboard. Yeah, I mean, but see, mine would be. You can pull another one up.
Yeah,
mine would be 500 watts, but it really do 1,000 watts.
And you wanted a small.
I want small. Yeah, so I want it to be a 500 watt amp. That's. Oh wow! Did you just see that? Yes. You missed. Did you see the love come up? No. Dude, you missed. That was cool. When you went like this, all these hearts came out of your hands.
Oh, come on, do it again.
Like that. It was like, yeah. Who see? Did it? How cool is that?
Do it again. I want to see it.
You're watching.
Oh, dude,
that is so cool.
I love you guys. everything.
But anyways, my point is.
No, but this is it. This is gonna be my amplifier.
So you want yours?
I mean, it's not. It's
so
you want
size. You want PDX? You want PDX size?
PDX, okay, sure.
Because the PDX were about that size.
Yeah. 12 by 12, I guess.
That's not 12 by 12.
No.
No, that's like 10 by maybe 7.
Okay, so 12 by 12.
It can't be 12 by 12. That's gigantic. Dude, that is gigantic.
It's not gigantic.
That's so no one would buy that. It's too unrealistically big.
Everybody would buy that one.
I don't think so.
Believe me.
Okay. Well, we're dreaming. I
would force people to buy it.
Okay. All right. So guys are coming in. 1978 Corvette, 100%. Cavalier, especially today. Like we had a Cavalier like last year. Dude, there was nothing left to hold that thing in. It was just like set the radio on the dash. Anything owned by a friend. I love that. That is the best answer right there because the only thing that would trump that is something owned by a family. Dodge Durango was one of those that just was weird. Sometimes, like taking that dash out of that car was unnecessarily hard. Mercedes, Dodge, and BMW. Okay. Oh, 2009 Saab 9.3. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Mercedes. BWs.
Any vehicle that asks, what are you doing, Hal? All right, hold on. What is this? Anyone have a tweeter install idea shy of custom molded pods or sails? What are you trying to do? I mean, the reality is you don't have to custom molded pillars or sails. I mean, it's a tweeter. So you get the little eyeballs that mount and they come off of the A-pillars. You could make something like that comes off of the A-pillars. Depending on how deep the tweeter is, tweeters are really shallow. You could put tweeters come with all different kinds of mounts.
So, Lino.
I know, Lino's making the ad up, but those are just for F-150s.
No, but he has actually a store in Etsy. He make a lot of stuff.
But those are just for F-150s.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea is to either make it yourself or send it off for someone else to do it. I have a Helix V12 Mark II, and I want to add a Helix P6. Did I need the Ultimate or the MK2 would be fine. All right, so
what's the Ultimate?
Well, that's the DSP.
That's what they call it.
Or the Mark II would be fine. Want to add a P6. So, I mean, what do you want to power off of it? I guess would be the question. Like, there's obviously not enough DSP channels coming out of it. So, what are we trying to do? Do we want to just add another? I mean, because the Helix P6, yeah, it's a nice little lamp. But I mean, do you want to DSP it as well? In which case, yeah, you'll need some form of a DSP.
Do you have these?
Almost Karate Kid me in the jaw for scheduling a Volvo C30 to do an Alpine Halo 9. Wow. I mean, I would probably want to kill you too. What happened to second part of Raptor install?
What the hell, dude? You haven't put it on?
I mean, there is no. I mean, what part of? I mean, if we're talking about like, which one are we talking about? YouTube one or Instagram one? Instagram one, we I think we
I think we just no, we just went through it.
yeah
Tell the people done.
yeah, we showed the finished part of
Yeah,
it. That
yeah.
was all
That was not
that was
dedicated
last
video.
week. But if it was like an install diaries, there's always a part 2 and a finished version of it, and all the other fun stuff. So if it was just the Instagram one, then that one was all in one video that got finished. So
That's crazy.
currently doing a full setup in an F-250, going on 2 months. I still can't finish it due to the fact I keep watching videos and keep changing the setup. Started with 1 mono amp, now I'm at 3. I understand these things snowball so far. My son's Mercedes E350 sucked. No interface, and the inner door panels were riveted to the door shell. We know all about that. Yeah, right? Yeah, and those rear speakers in the E63 were, yeah, that was a nightmare that we didn't want any part of. And then we couldn't do anything about it. So it just kind of sucked. Hey, guys, have you heard of Focal? Woo! That's right. Focal has just upgraded their KX3 line to the Evo KX3E, which is the new Evo tweeter. The new frac tweeter that they're using in the mix. You can find that at focalamerica.com if you're interested in checking out what the new tweeter can do for you.
In the mix?
Yeah. What?
This is 5-star car stereo. In the mix. All right, continue with this.
Okay, DJ Fernando. Anyways, yeah.
Jester, thank you for the 5, brother.
The universe is telling Fernando he is fated to be a TikTok girl.
Hey, man, how would we do it if I start making money, man? Believe me.
All right. You're just a. So use the access piece for the Dodge Dart. That's probably part of the problem. I would call their tech support because I had thought that they weren't like. I thought that had become.
They weren't buddies.
Yeah. I didn't think they said that piece worked on that anymore. I was thinking of putting the audio control epicenter to add more bass
for my stock stereo to my amplifier sub.
Okay, so that would be the epicenter micro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I would use the epicenter micro, but yeah, no, you could do
epicenter
that.
Micro for sure.
So there's 2 things you can do if you have a problem with factory sub bass not like getting it on. The epicenter micro is cool, and it will do that. It'll make bass sound fat. If you're more of a purist, meaning if you're like, I really just want more accurate bass reproduction, then you might want to look at like a kicker key lock, and then the key lock will fix the equalization in the subwoofer portion from the factory radio. And then if your amplifier has bass boost, that'll actually work now. But if you just want, like, you listen to music, like a lot of music he listens to and some of the music I listen to, then an epicenter helps because it'll fatten up the bass and make it sound more enjoyable for music that doesn't have bass.
Oh, this is a good question.
Finally. No. Do Kenwood Exelon non-touchscreen media players have 3-way mode? I see tweeter and selectable frequencies in front output section. So that's funny because most people don't understand what that is. But that you're talking about, the tweeter, is a high shelf that can be added to reduce the amount of excitement that the tweeter has. So pretty much Kenwoods have had this for a very long time. And what it's designed to do is when you set up the radio and then you go in and you see tweeter and it's at 0, it can go down. And that's the only thing it can do. And what it's there to do is if this tweeter is right here, it adds a EQ band that they call a high shelf, which just takes a whole group of frequencies and turns them down at once. As far as network mode goes, I thought that the Exelon version could do that, but it's in the settings that are buried. So you have to hold 2 buttons to get to it. I don't know which ones they are, but you can call their tech support and they will tell you or read the owner's manual and get deep into it and type in like network mode and search and it'll find it. But that's what that feature is in the radio, and all the radios have that. I always said I could be confused for a night for the right amount. You do you, Fernando.
Amen. $20 is $20, bro. So
PDX size is stackable for the PDX 5-star amplifier. There you go. Yeah, the ARC audio.
Very nice. Keep commenting, man. It might happen. Believe me.
I mean, we might get a phone call.
Like, what the hell?
What is the best 6.5-inch focal coax speaker? Believe it or not, coax-wise, okay, they do make one that is the best that they make.
Which one is that one?
And that is the Focal K2 6.5-inch coaxial. That is the best one they got. And it's pretty badass. And it's priced accordingly because it's a K2. But it looks just like these guys up here. Yeah, we put them in all the time when we're doing a Focal. If we do a K2 front stage and the guy wants them to match, that's what goes in.
All right, sorry, Frank. Everything goes sideways, so there you go.
I asked a question when you were saying type in your question now. I got skipped. How do you keep your sub box? Oh, right. And I meant to star this one at the beginning. I'm sorry. So is it best practice to bolt box down to the enclosure? All right. So we've talked about this a lot on the Instagram show when we're like showing the trunks of cars. And what I've found over years of doing this with big, heavy boxes in the trunk is that no matter how much metal bracketry I use to mount a box in place, it will always rip out of the car. I mean, unless I'm putting like 12-inch L brackets and screw every 2 inches, it's going to rip out nonetheless because the boxes are heavy, really heavy, and people drive like maniacs, super maniacs. And drywall screws and self-tappers are typically not enough to hold a box in place. Some severe bracketry would be needed in order for like a 212s or 210 box not to rip itself out. So we've come up with something different. A lot of the times, the reason why they rip out is because they just need to move a little bit. Like you have to expel some of that energy. So how we do it now is we just take the regular trunk panel, which is just the piece on the floor, whether it's plastic, blown, whatever, or wood, and we put a 1/2-inch strip of our plastic, the length of the box, screw every like 4 inches, a lot of screws, into it. Now that does a couple things. For one, it makes the box able to come out because all you got to do is lift it up a 1/2 inch and it comes out. Two, when you take off like a bat out of hell, it lets some of that energy out that it's just got to go somewhere, and the box just kind of moves a little bit back there because the whole floor is moving. And by doing that, surprisingly, we've been doing it that way for I don't know what the last 8-9 years. Never comes back with a problem. Not once I've had anyone come back with it ripped out. Now we've done some L's and like he didn't put enough screws in it. It's cracked the L, and then we make a new L, screw it back in, and it's fine. Or we make it a little thicker. But other than that, no, that has worked fabulously for there again, like a 210s or a 212s. Anything past that, you're on your own for. Maybe 2x4s across from front to back. But that's how we mount those into place. And we don't really mount them because we want them to come out because there's spare tires and stuff underneath them.
Thanks for the 5, man.
Has Santa contacted you regarding the IRTA 2 on my Christmas list? I'm concerned if he has placed his order yet. And for those of you that are...
Do you have like Santa's last name? So
yeah, I can check. I can pull up the phone and check. For those of you guys that are like, what is he talking about? First off, really? But secondly, if you're looking for... Yeah, but I can't pull it. Oh, I can. I already... You're not plugged in.
Oh,
you literally didn't plug in. I got it right here.
How
did you do that? I have no idea.
How did I connect it to?
I have no idea. All right, hold on. For those of you guys, we do this little webpage called DNF Tool Drawer. It is the perfect place for you to go or send your loved ones to for Christmas. We have a bunch of tools on there. One of them, of course, is the IRTA. But we have a bunch of tools that, as installers, we all love and need. So just send your loved ones there. Say, buy anything from here. Buy
I would
anything.
just click on the IRTA and send that exactly link. Boom. So every
I
time
think
they
that would be a
click,
good link too. Like I
yeah,
really like that. That would be fantastic.
you know,
Yeah.
to all your friends and families, it's like, hey, if you want to give me something, give me this.
Needless to say, you guys have helped me out so much and given me the confidence to do the work myself. Thank you. Hey, man, you're welcome. And I didn't trust anybody either, so I figured out how to do it on my own.
All right, Crystal. Wow, thank you so much for the 25.
I have a Lexus SC430.
I want to retain the original head unit. It is possible to delete the navigation unit, put it in the new head unit, and run it into the aux of the original head unit. No, 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 no.
Believe it or not, like we've talked about it a lot with the SC430, it is all one big piece. Okay, so the head unit can come out, and with the nice piece that Beat Sonic makes,
Yep.
we can kind of interface with the system, but that's the extent of it. Cool. The reality is that there's taking that screen out. The radio is part of that screen, even though they're two separate pieces. It's all part of the inner, and it all connects via a data connection. And there's really not a lot of room there. That screen is very shallow, and radios are not. So
actually, it's the opposite. You remove the main radio, you can still retain the top screen just because of the information.
Right. Yeah, because
just the information, that's what I'm saying.
Right, it, like your check engine and all, or the not the check engine, it's the maintenance schedule for the car.
Replace the radio, you would have.
No, I get what you'd want to keep
capabilities.
It, though. No, I get it, but it's. I know.
Apple CarPlay.
I know.
Better Bluetooth.
I know.
Wireless CarPlay, Android. I don't look at that.
But there again, I understand why.
But, yeah, 100%.
But no, there's
unfortunately no, you can't.
No.
All right.
Wouldn't work. I missed the answer. Should I use a 6.5-inch woofer at 80 hertz to 300 hertz to have a 12W7 blend with the system? Sounds distant. I mean, really good mid bass should solve the problem. I don't think you really need a 6.5-inch subwoofer. I mean, if you just have a 6-inch mid bass
subwoofer at 80 to 200.
Yeah, I don't know why you would need that. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. 80s. I mean, the mid bass, 6.5-inch mid bass, is really all you need. You know, a good mid bass will blend with it. The thing that you have to keep in mind. Okay, so I think. All right, there again. I don't know if this is what he means, but I think a lot of the times too, when people say blend, volume is always more the issue, because if you got a 12W7, you're gonna have at least 1,000 watts on it, right?
Oh, 100%.
750, 900, 1,000 watts, 1,200 watts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you got a 6.5-inch mid bass with like 120 watts. You got one.
Mm-hmm.
And so that L712 is going to be overwhelming that speaker. So blending with it, if we're volume matching, it should have no problem blending with it. But as soon as you crank that knob up, it's not going to be able to compete with it.
No.
So
at that point, it goes to the window.
From the window to the walls. From the window to the walls.
I was thinking of different songs.
I'm not. That was Frank Sinatra singing "Skeet Skeet
Nope.
Skeet Skeet." Oh, it's my favorite. I love it. It's on my phone right now because it's so enjoyable to watch. I'll just play it every now and then. It makes me smile.
Yeah, really.
I know. It's just what happens.
All right, so we got Frank's.
Can I hide this comment?
Hide it.
All right, you good? You got something? I'm just waiting. Do you need special DSP software to do differential refill? What do you think about differential refill? So for those of you guys that caught Nick talking about it the other day when we were looking at the F-150 using the Moscone DSP, to do what they're doing, yes, you need special software to do that, because there's a lot of buttons they're clicking there and some effects that they're adding. There is some generic ways to do it, we'll call it, through DSP. Because I know Jeff has tried to have me do it. One of his, he's like, this is how we used to do it back in the day. And I did it. And I was like, back in the day sucked. He's like, really? I go, yeah. But more and more of the higher end DSPs are coming with these things because they're starting to do that. But yeah, you kind of. I mean, sometimes I've had guys that have just really kicked up the delay and like added another millisecond or two to it to do it.
Different.
Sometimes they just play it mono, like they do left plus right plus. They just do a mono. I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm not that guy that's going to sit here and say, "Oh, you need to do this," and it works. If the DSP has it, you turn it on, you like it, great. But otherwise, for the most part, I don't ever like the rear fill to us in most applications. Want anything for Cheddars? No, thank you, Haley. Rear isn't really anything other than just when I turn my head, it's not disappearing. So
it's not disappearing. So it's there, but it's not.
It's there, but it's not there. I mean, it's not a reverb or anything.
It's funny because every time I turn my head, it's like I don't hear nothing.
Well, you only have front
because
steering.
I don't have nothing.
Yeah, so really haven't spent a lot of time getting into the whole rear thing. When somebody wants it, we do it, but otherwise...
Oh, wow, that's personal, bro.
Yeah.
Do you need... Oh, we already get that one, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
How do I level match amp outputs? Tweeter and mid-bass need to be level. Gain already set for mid-bass. So... This is always a fun one, right? Trying to level match. Everyone wants to do it like a DD1 or something like that. I don't think there's any. For me, this is my process for it. The mid bass is where I start. Like I want the mid bass to be the most impactful thing I'm doing. Okay, so once I know how loud I can play my mid bass, I start turning everything down in order to complement them. So that's it. I don't know how to say that anyway. There's no technical way to it. Everything is set to whatever it needs to be before clip. I think it's just
the process, no?
But my process is here's as loud as I can make my mid bass. Everything else needs to be lowered for them to stay impactful. So I'm not going to crank. I'm not going to have like tweeter mid bass all at the same. I might get in there and be like, my tweeter is too much. I turn that down, and then my mid range is perfect, but my mid bass is I just everything gets turned down from the what I want to be the most important thing. Now some guys will say, no, I want my mid range to be the most important thing. So then you turn everything down from what they're doing to accentuate the mid range. So
you're saying you're not turning the mid range up?
No.
What?
But the thing is you have to make something more which is counterproductive, you make something less. Okay? And there again, there's no right or wrong answer for this. It's what you like. If you're adjusting, you have to know what the wall is. I can't go past here. So as long as you're playing in that field, you're fine. But that's how I set mine up. Best way to get full signal in a 2017 Ram with 8.5-inch Uconnect non-amplified. You can do a couple different ways. So all the interfaces work for that car, meaning don't use an LC7i or some crappy high-level to low-level adapter. You can use an Amp Pro. That'll give you a variable. That'll give you 5 volts of output with no EQ because it's just the signal. It's a flat signal coming out, which is fantastic. So if you have an external DSP of some kind that you're going into, it's a really good way to do it as an Amp Pro. Mm-hmm. It reflashes the radio. All these units are going to reflash the radio because, believe it or not, the Alpine radio or the high-end radio is the same as the basic one. It's just got different software on it. So you can use an Amp Pro, or if you don't have DSP, there's 2 DSP units that will do AR. So you can use the Rockford DSR1 because the DSR1 will do the same thing. And AR's implementation of reflashing the radio is way easier, just saying. But the DSR1 will give you 8 channels of DSP output set through some form of a handheld device, Android or iPhone. And then the third way is to go straight AR, which is to use the AR standalone going into an ARC audio product. So you have the PSM Pro, you have the Blackbird, then you have there's like 2 DSPs that they make, and then what that'll give you is even more power. So any one of those 3 applications that you choose will give you the best signal output to go off to build your system. So please use that.
All right.
Thank you, Mild Audiophile, for your super sticker. Let me pull that. All right.
Super sticker.
I'll pull it up as soon as I answer.
Yeah. No, I got it.
Premium name factory system. Better is to upgrade speakers to better, or
to add better DSP amplifiers to the OEM speakers.
So this is one of those really sucky situations that we run into a lot, is that someone will come in with a premium audio system and they'll be like, I want to upgrade it. I was thinking about a lot of guys. This is the one I love the most. This is the guys that buy the Chrysler one with the Infinity, and they'll go buy Infinity speakers and put them in, hoping that they'll sound better, and they sound worse. And you're like, yeah, I could have told you that if you just asked. So this is a really hard thing, because a lot of the brain says I should just be able to go out and get new speakers, put them in, and it'll sound better. 100%. But the reality is the manufacturers are going, no, our system is tuned for our speakers, and when you don't put when you're not using our speakers, everything goes to shit. So the only way to make something like that sound like, in some cases, like you,
Thanks, man.
In some cases you can add like a tweeter. So like it's using a crappy tweeter. You pull that tweeter out, you put like a hard dome tweeter in there, and immediately it's like, okay, that's cool. It's a little sharper. It's what I'm looking for. But like if you take out a mid-range or a mid-bass, like the 6.5 in the door, and put a new 6.5 in the door, immediately it's going to sound like Dookie. Like it's probably a 2 ohm factory speaker, and the EQ is set for whatever it is was there. Now, most people go out and buy a coaxial, or there wasn't a coaxial, and they're like, oh man, like people do this in Dodge all the time. Yeah. They'll get a 6x9 inch coaxial and immediately like, how come it sounds like crap? I can't even hear the tweeter. It's because it's a subwoofer in the door. It's not a coaxial. So amplified systems, trying to upgrade amplified systems, like basic upgrades and amplified systems, are almost pointless. It's like either love it or get rid of it. Now, integrating into the amplified systems are what amp pros and ARs are for, because we can just plug in an amp pro and we can get our preamp level output, or we can plug in an AR, take the factory amplifier out, and have a new system. Now, the difference between an amp pro and AR is amplifier replacement, hence AR. That's iData, for those of you that don't know. And then amp pro, which is PAC, is integration. And a lot of the applications, not all, but the amp pro can be tied in with the factory amplifier. So it tees in and gives you 6-channel preamp output. Why that's important is, let's say you're doing that Ram or that Toyota or an older Chevy, right, and you're like, I just want to keep the rears doing what they're doing, but I want to replace the front. I was thinking about adding a small 4-channel amplifier because I just have a tweeter and a mid-range, and I want to go active on those. What do I do? Now, you can do that. The problem that you're going to run into is that once you plug in that amp pro, you're going to get that premium 5 volts output, 20 to 20, flat as can be, which is the problem, because that factory system is EQ'd and DSP'd. So if you're not going to add an EQ DSP amplifier back into it, you're also wasting your time. It's going to sound worse because you went from time-aligned EQ'd speakers, or all pass using fake time-aligned speakers, to plain old factory or plain old 20 to 20, nothing happening.
80s, 90s style.
So as you can see, these are always the sucky things of trying to do. And then you tell somebody like, hey, listen, you have a premium audio system in there. It was like a $25,000 to $5,000 upgrade when you bought the car. And now you're going to have to spend double that to get it to sound better, meaning $25,000 to $5,000. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. That's ridiculous. I should be able. Well, you can't. The law that says you should be able to simply upgrade this was abolished in the 1990s.
Well, you're crazy.
I know. Speaking of crazy, Mary Lou's in the house. Dean, can you enlighten us about the Starlink system on the Subarus in retention to adding an amplifier and speakers, please? So Starlink sucks. And Starlink is an external module, typically in the Subaru. So it comes out of the radio on the front 2 channels, goes through the Starlink module, and then goes out to the speakers. So if you're adding an amplifier, Starlink has got to go. In the sense that it's going to play through the speakers. So what you're going to have to do in the models that have Starlink is, because you can't run amplifier, your aftermarket amplifiers through Starlink, so you can grab it after the amplifier and have the whole Starlink thing yelling at you through the speakers, or you can kind of do out of the radio, tap into it there, grab the speaker wires on the other side of the Starlink. Okay, so take the Starlink out of the equation, but just tap into it here, like here are the wires coming from the radio to Starlink. Tap into them. Okay, so you're going before the Starlink. And that is going to go off to your amplifier. On the other side of the Starlink, grab your speaker wires, and that's what your amplifier is going to hook up to. However, if you take one of your factory speakers you just took out and bury it in the dash, like a 6.5, put it up in the dash, attached to the output of the Starlink module, you could still get Starlink. However, you have to be careful doing that because you could also create audio. It's still going to be passing audio, so it kind of sucks. So most of the time when doing Starlink, the Starlink module's got to go bye-bye. Or if you're going to play it through all the things, just remember, don't run your aftermarket amplifiers through the Starlink modules. So you have to go after to get to the actual speaker wires. So take your pick. There's a couple options. Dean, Arturo, what should I buy? Need to treat myself. 3 choices. Cowboy boots, cowboy hat, or go on vacation. So, for me, I'm thinking the cowboy boots.
Oh, really?
The reason why I say that is because this month goes on vacation a ton. Like, he is always gone. He's gone more than us, I feel like. I don't know how he gets anywhere. Bro. Well, definitely more. Whatever. I'm just saying, we travel a lot. I would go cowboy boots.
I just go into the vacation.
I mean, no, he does a lot of vacations. Why does he need to see his wife anymore? Get himself a cowboy boots. I think cowboy boots.
The cowboy boots is just like.
But I want.
I'm not the guy.
I'm not gonna buy some cowboy boots. Screw that crap. But I think a nice pair of red snakeskin cowboy boots. You know, with like a big Texas star on the side of it. Oh my god! And then you wear them to Knowledge Fest or Master Tech Expo, so that I can see you in them. Ooh man. Ooh god. Yes. Please.
Yeah, no.
And if you got the hat too, damn, we're going to have a good time. We are going to have a good time. Hey, guys, I'd like to thank our sponsors for this show, which are our fine folks at Audio Control, as well as the fine folks over at focalamerica.com. That is audiocontrol.com, focalamerica.com. Lots of fun and excitement coming out. So as promised, we're going to talk about some things. One of them being this right here. Ooh, yeah. Build off. Oh my gosh, guys, it's time to pick your teams. It's time to start looking and doing and figuring out what team do you want to be part of. Do you want to be part of Team Blue, Team Red, Green, Orange? This is your team, guys. There is a ton of qualified contestants on these. So start doing your research. Start Facebook snooping on these people. Start finding out. Like, I mean, you got Ada, Angel, and Junior from Audio Systems.
Javier.
Fernando's team over here. Herman, Junior, and Miguel. Oh, that's going to be a team. Of course, you got the Ringers, the guys from last year, which is Tyler, Justin, and JT. And then we got Orange over here with some. This is what we just got a bunch of Ringers and threw them together. We got Troy McGregor, we got Phil Cantu, we got CJ. Like, holy cow. We just. It's going to be tough, man. It is going to be tough. Pick your color. Do your research. The reason why we want you to do your research is because one of these teams is going to win. And when your team wins, you're
going to be entered
to win something.
Yes.
Don't know what. Probably something from Mobile Solutions. Go figure, right? Anyways, soon we're going to be putting out a email address so that you can enter your favorite team, and also we want it because we want to know like the odds. We're going to use that to create odds. So like if everyone's voting for Team Orange, well then, damn it, it's going to be like Team Orange is up 2-1. Ha ha! Hell yeah! And you might want to change your vote at that point. Yep. Like, ooh, scary. So that being the case,
so
right now I will put it back up again so you guys can take like a screenshot so you can get all like Snoopy onto these guys and figure out who do you want your team to be. Okay, that's important because you could win something, and who doesn't want to win something, right? I think that's going to be awesome.
You're gonna pick a color, guys. Pick a color, send it. No, me.
No pink teams. Yeah, sorry. It's just one. There'll be no Tiffany blue either. It's just what it is, man.
Slow down, girl.
Sorry, basic colors, man. Basic colors. They got to be something we can get in acrylic.
When they make a black team, I'm gonna be there.
They're never gonna. I mean, I will make a black team just so you have.
So
to
I'm
be
not
there.
gonna be there.
I was gonna say I will get rid of the blue team, next year and be like, it's black.
Blue team is.
No, I'm just saying. Well, they won. We might have to change the color if they win 2 years back to back.
I think
we have to get a new blue team. They retire the color.
No. Because they continue till somebody.
No, they don't. They don't. They get twice and out. We've already made that rule. So
twice and out, and then
twice
stars
and out. So if the blue team wins again,
they out.
We're gonna retire blue. We'll pick a new color, and blue goes down as world champs.
And then we can pick pink,
and then we'll pick black, and then you can be on that team.
I'm just gonna be here like cheering. You guys need some water? Got you guys.
But no, they if they win again this year, that's 2 and out. So they'll be like, damn,
damn.
Team green all the way. There you go, Mike.
Team green all the way. That's right.
Orange, not because I live in Tennessee. Team red. All right.
There you go. See, that's what I'm saying. That's cool.
Snoop on these guys. Figure out who you want your players to be, and then we'll get the email address up so that you guys can enter. And it's going to be fun. Don't keep in mind it's not until March, so it's like the first week in March. We got plenty. But you have time
to
find
these guys.
Also keep in mind that Christmas is coming up, so we have next week. We're going to be doing this all next week. I think we have a guest this weekend. I have to check my schedule, but I think Dougie Fresh is coming in this weekend.
Oh, man.
He's coming to town? In the studio Saturday. Dougie Fresh will be here.
Fresh is coming.
Yeah, and I know when we get back in January, Andy will be here in the studio.
Andy Waymeyer.
From
Audio Frog.
Will be here in January.
He's going to bring you a box of frogs when you open it.
If they're chocolate-covered frogs, it might be okay. Seth, we're holding off. Like we were gonna bring. I talked to Seth last week, and we both kind of agreed that we kind of want to wait until there's some announcements that are going to happen here after the first of the year.
Yeah,
and we kind of want to wait for that because Seth he drives in, and it's like a 2-hour drive, and yes, Mr. Frog himself. So we want to wait until Seth has something to talk about to get him in. Just hanging out doesn't make sense for him. So plus, like I said, we only got one more week of this left in the year, and then we go on internet hiatus, is what we like to call it, basically so we can spend time with our families. Or so I can spend time with my family. He doesn't do this editing stuff at night.
I don't care.
He doesn't care. But I just need time to spend with the fam. I got to plan the Christmas party and all that fun stuff. But yeah, no, I think this Saturday, Dougie Fresh will be on. He's going to be here just having fun, as well as we're going to talk a little bit about Tori. Because it's been a while since we've updated everybody on the joys of Tori, because there's been a lot of things that happen. We have the Tori Fast module over here, and hopefully we get to put in Haley's car because we've only tried now for like a year. So
it's been 10 years. I think that piece is discontinued, right?
It might be. I don't know. I think Andy's just coming by himself.
Oh, that would be nice. A box of tacos. Bro, that's it.
You guys are great. Anyways, we'd like to thank everyone for spending your time with us here on Monday. It means a lot that you guys watch this show and participate with us and ask great questions, because without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So thank you so much for playing with us today. Remember to head over to the website, DNF Tool Drawer. It's a place you can find all the cool tools that we use. Just simply scroll down and you can find them, as well as if you're interested in picking yourself a cool t-shirt up, we got a bunch of them on there. You got the Brian Mitchell. You got the Jeff Smith. They're all here for you to be had. You got the Boring Life of Dean and Haley. And Do I Even Zip Tie Bro? Make great Christmas gifts, of course. And if you order now, you should have it sometime in January.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just going to be honest. It's pretty much all that happens. That's it, guys. You have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you guys over on Instagram for the week, as well as Thursday night we'll be on High Five Vega. Friday we'll be here doing what's left of the news.
That's right.
Saturday we'll end it off with Dougie Fresh and a great farewell for the Christmas and New Year's holiday. So that's it. That's all we got. You guys have a great night. Go watch some Monday Night Football. Be good.
That's right. Bye.